You know that feeling, right? That nagging cough that just won't quit, that heavy, congested feeling deep in your chest. It's just frustrating, and honestly, it can be totally exhausting. Well, today we're going to explore a really old remedy, something called the Golden Spice Protocol, which is supposed to be a natural way to find some relief. So let's dive in and see what this is all about.
And really, it all boils down to this exact feeling. That awful sensation when you're lying awake at night and you just can't seem to take a full, deep breath. It's that core experience right there that makes finding real relief so important.
So what is actually going on inside our lungs when we feel this way? Let's break down the problem. We're going to call it the mucus trap, and you'll see why, because it really is a cycle that feels almost impossible to escape.
Okay, so it all starts with this, a cough that just doesn't go away. You know, the kind that rattles your chest, messes up your day, and definitely keeps you from getting a good night's sleep. Your body is desperately trying to clear something out, but what is it?
It's this stuff, this thick, sticky phlegm that literally feels like it's glued to the inside of your lungs. This is the physical gunk, the barrier that makes every single breath feel like a real struggle.
And all of that congestion just creates this vicious cycle of anxiety and physical effort where you constantly feel like you just can't get enough air. So the big question is there another way to break this cycle? And that brings us to a completely different kind of approach. Instead of just slapping a Band-Aid on the symptoms, this protocol uses a really ancient method that centers around a very common golden spice. Okay, now, what's so interesting here is the contrast you see on this slide. The source material basically argues that, on one hand, you have conventional expectorants, the stuff you might grab at the pharmacy. And yeah, they can give you some temporary relief, but they often just mask the symptoms. On the other hand, you have this ancient Ayurvedic approach, which is all about getting to the root cause of the problem, using natural compounds. And the absolute star of this whole approach is a compound called curcumin. Now, curcumin is the active ingredient in turmeric. And according to the source material, its real power is its ability to actually break apart the molecular bonds that make phlegm so thick and sticky in the first place. That makes it way easier for your body to finally clear it out. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch.
See, you can't just sprinkle some turmeric on your dinner and expect a miracle. To really get the benefits, you need what we're calling the activation key. And this is where the science gets really cool.
So, here's the crucial point. If you just take turmeric by itself, your body has an incredibly hard time actually absorbing the curcumin. In fact, it's estimated that you waste about 95% of it. It just passes right through your system without doing any of the work.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? I mean, look at the difference here. That little bar on the left, that's how little curcumin your body absorbs on its own. But the bar on the right, wow. That's what happens when you add one simple, everyday ingredient, black pepper. The change is just absolutely massive.
Just how big of a change are we talking about? We are talking about a 2,000% increase in absorption. 2,000%. That is the power of this activation key. It literally takes curcumin from being almost useless to being incredibly powerful and available for your body to use.
So let's just break it down. There are two essential keys to unlock turmeric's power. Number one is black pepper. It has a compound called piperine that just skyrockets absorption. And number two is a healthy fat, like the kind you find in whole milk. That fat helps make the curcumin soluble, so your body can actually put it to work.
Okay, so we get the what and the why now. Let's get to the how. Here is the super simple step-by-step guide to making what's called golden milk.
And the ingredients honestly could not be simpler. You just need a cup of warm whole milk, and remember, that fat is super important. Then half a teaspoon of good quality turmeric powder, just a little pinch of freshly ground black pepper, and finally 1 teaspoon of pure honey, mostly for taste.
And putting it all together is just as easy. First, you're going to gently heat up your milk, just make sure you don't boil it. Then stir in the turmeric powder, add that all-important pinch of black pepper, and then you just finish it off by mixing in the honey until it's all dissolved. That's it, you're done. But hang on, there is one last absolutely vital piece to this whole protocol. It's not just what you drink, it's when you drink it. And according to the source material, the timing is everything.
Okay, so here's the theory behind the timing. The protocol suggests you drink the golden milk about half an hour before you go to bed. The idea is to perfectly time the effects of the curcumin with what the source calls the lungs' natural deep cleaning lymphatic cycle, which apparently peaks between 1 and 3 in the morning. It's all about working with your body's natural rhythm, not against it.
And what's the whole point of all this? What's the end game? It's to get exactly what was missing in the very beginning. A night of deep, restful breathing. And then waking up in the morning feeling clear, and finally free from all that persistent phlegm. It's a pretty fascinating idea, right? How it connects this ancient wisdom with our modern understanding of how the body works. And it really just leaves you with this one final thought. Could the answer to finally breathing easier really be hiding right there in your spice rack?